Hi everyone, thanks for signing in my YouTube channel. This is my first video on Vedic astrology, the simplest way to comprehend or read your horoscope or kundali as we say, right? So my name of my channel is simply demystifying, right? So decoding the toughest of the thing in the most simplest of the form, right? So just a brief background about me. I'm Rakshit Singh, working in the corporate field for the last 12 odd years in the marketing domain. And why have I chosen this topic of Vedic astrology, right? So astrology over the period of so many years has been a subject for Hindi medium student, people who have read about astrology, mythology, etc. But a large chunk of us working in the corporate field, English medium students, they don't understand or know anything about the horoscope or astrology. So here, whatever I've learned in the past couple of years I'm trying to present the simplest way to comprehend or understand an horoscope, right? So just to give a simple, brief understanding today, uh, astrology or Vedic astrology, as we say, is just not popular in India. It is popular across the world. So today, people across the globe want to know about the Indian astrology, Indian yoga, Indian Ayurveda. So why does someone reach out to an astrologer? Point number one can be to know about his or her future, just probably for fun, just probably to decide their future. What kind of stream do you like to take up in terms of your career, matchmaking in terms of marriages, in terms of business partnership, in terms of your longevity, health, income, profession, will you go abroad or not, your relationship with your mother, father, your siblings, etc. Right? So here I'll explain you in the simplest form to understand an horoscope. While if you see a lot of YouTube channels, they use the words that they use in Hindi as kind of high, so it does not comprehend to a larger section of a society on the horoscope, right? So this is a representation of the houses in your horoscope. So there are 12 houses when you see your kundli or your horoscope. So these houses remain same, right? So every character of these houses remain the same. So I'll explain you. This is the house number 1, house number 2, house number 3, house number 4, house number 5, house number 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, right? So again, just to reinstate, these houses will remain fixed, and each of these houses portray a certain character of us. So I'll explain you in the simplest form possible. House number 1, so what does house number 1 tell us? House number 1 tell us about our mind, our intellect, our physique, our appearance, our complexion, etc. House number 2 is a house of communication, is a house of wealth. It's also a house of foods. What kind of choices will we make when we eat our food also can be taken up from the house number 2. House number 3 is basically our house of siblings, our house of hard work, right? House number 4, again, a very, very important house. It's a house of our home, our house of happiness, and a house of our mother. So how will our relationship will be with our mother can be taken up from the house number 4. House number 5 is a house of children. So your relationship, how will your relationship will be with your child, etc. This also tells us about our love life, our affairs, etc. House number 6, again a very important house. So house number 6 in Hindi, in Vedas, is told as the Ran, Rog, Shatru. Means your loan, your liability, your diseases, your enemies, right? House number 7 is your house of spouse, your house of wife. How will your relationship will be? How will your physical life will be? And it also a house of partnership. How will be your business partnership, etc. House number 8 is a house of longevity, your age, your death. How will your past life was? How will your future life be? It's also a house of research. House number 9, very very important house. It's a house of your uh, bhagya or the fortune as we call it, right? It's also a house of your father. Now it is also used to see will you travel abroad or not. House number 10 is a house of profession. What kind of stream, what kind of career option will you pursue can be comprehended from the house number 10. House number 11 is used for your income. So, well, you make a lot of money, etc. or not can be seen from house number 11. House number 12 is a house of moksha. It's a house of expenses and it's also a house of jail, right? Now, this depiction of signs starting from 1 to starting of 12 to ending up at 12 is an ideal placement of the signs in your horoscope. This is a chart of a Kal Purush denominated by Rishi Parashar, the person or the sage who wrote the best of books possible in the astrological field. Now, to move a step ahead, we'll understand different signs or different Rashi as they call, right? So, starting from the first Rashi, I'll list down here. So, all the Rashi or signs that we see, they have a Lord. I'll explain in the subsequent videos that I'll keep on posting for you guys. And how does that Lord affect the characteristics or the houses which they are placed, we will keep on understanding as we progress. So, signs and their lords. So, the first sign or the first Rashi, as we call, is Aries. And the lord of the first sign, Aries, is Mars. Now, the second sign is Taurus. And the lord of the house or the sign second, Taurus, is Venus. So once I list down all of them, I'll explain you the Hindi denomination just from an understanding point of view. So your Rashi number 3 is Gemini. And the lord of the third Rashi, Gemini, is Mercury. Now, sign number 4 is Cancer. And the lord of the Rashi number 4, which is Cancer, is Moon. Sign number 5 is Leo. And the lord of the sign number 5, Leo, is Sun. Now, my sign number 6 is Virgo. Lord of the sign number 6, Virgo, is again Mercury. Sign number 7 is Libra. The lord of the sign number 7, Libra, is again Venus. Sign number 8 is Scorpio. And the lord here is again Mars. Now, my sign number 9 is Sagittarius. And the lord here is Jupiter. My sign number 10 is Capricorn. And the lord again here is Saturn. My sign number 11 is Aquarius. And the lord again here is Saturn. Now, my last and the final sign is Pisces. And the lord here is Jupiter. So, the lord here is extremely important, and as we progress, we'll understand how does it actually pan out to be. Just a quick point to note out here is, except in the sign number 4, which is Cancer, and Leo, which is the sign number 5, all the planets have two houses, two signs which owns these lords, right? Now, Cancer has only Moon, Leo has only Sun. Rest again, all the signs, all the Rashi, the planets here have two houses or two Rashis, right? Now, when these planets will be placed in your horoscope, they will show a certain characteristic: good, not so good, bad, not so bad. We will learn as we progress in a journey of understanding or comprehending an horoscope. Now, if you look at this is an idealistic scenario of a Kal Purush chart, right? Now, for example, you log into different software like for example Jagannath Hora, and you download post filling your birth time and place, you get a certain horoscope. Like for example, in your horoscope, you see in the first house there's a number 4, and below the number 4 there is this word written called AS. So what does AS mean? AS means ascendant, or the lagna as we call in Hindi, right? Now, just for example, now you forget about all the placements which I had done in the previous discussion. Just cancel it here. Now, if in your Lagn there's a sign number 4, now the placement of all the Rashis will happen post the digit 4. For example, if 4 is in your Lagn, 5th will be in the second house, then 6th, then 7, then 8, then 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, right? So now I hope this is very simple and extremely clear so far as what we have spoken about. Now, how does these placement of these planet will give you result positive, not so positive, good, bad, or ugly, right? So, if these planets are placed in their own Rashi or in their own sign, they will give you a strong, they will give you a positive result. That's simple as that. Or if these signs or if these planets are aspected by a good or a benefic planet, like for example Jupiter, they will give you a positive result. Now, for example, if these planets are placed in their enemy signs or badly aspected or malefic houses, they will give you a negative result. It is as simple as that, right? Now, when we look at a horoscope or the houses, this tells us a certain characteristic. How will our future be? How will our mind be? What kind of careers will we choose? How will our relationship will be with our parents, our father, our mother, our kids, our wife, our business partnership, our income, our house of travel, how will we move out to foreign, etc., etc. Now, but when will that happen is seen from a different viewpoint, which is called your dasha chart, which is your mahadasha broken down into your antardasha and your Vitantar dasha. So, right, as we progress in future subsequent shorter videos, I'll try to explain you the simplest form of comprehending or how does this planet play out when they are placed in each of the houses. Thank you so much for giving your time and signing in my YouTube channel. Stay tuned and all the best.